All right, so what I want to do today is I'm going to be on, this is my 30-minute segment of if I could rewind to my first year in real estate. The reason that I'm telling you some of the things that I do is because my goal is to help you. The first goal is that if you're interested in getting your real estate license, or if you're already in the class and you're getting your real estate license, or you're new and you're just trying to figure this thing out, I'm going to share it with you, and maybe you'll take my experience, my 25 years of being in real estate, and you'll run with it, and you won't hit your head, kind of like I did, kind of like I hit my head. I beat myself up pretty bad. So maybe you will. Okay, so just briefly, I am Dr. Karen. I've been doing real estate for about 25 years. I love it. I work doing coaching real estate agents. I have a real estate school, urban real estate school, and I also I'm a broker at Align Right Realty, K1 Group. So I am all in when it comes to real estate. I am all in. And my favorite phrase, even on a bad day, I love real estate. So that's who I am. Please follow me if you're thinking about changing careers to get your real estate license, if you're in there, or even if you're just trying to figure this thing out, because sometimes you can't figure it out. And that's why so many times people give up, because they can't break the code. Okay, they cannot break the code. And so when they can't break the code, then they can't get it right, because there are so many pieces and so many components that they have to do. And because they have to do it, they won't make it in the business. Okay, so that's what it is. So I want to introduce, and again, this is for new agents. This is for people that want to get their real estate license, or people who's just trying to figure it out as a real estate agent. Okay, I'm going to give you a few things I'm going to give you 5 to 7 things that I would do different. Okay, now keep in mind, 25 years, and I say that these are some of the things that if I could rewind back to my first year, I would do something different. Okay, here are some of the things that I would do different. I would not do the same thing. Okay, so some agents, they'll ask that question, what would they do different? But they're still doing the same thing. So it's like, that's like an oxymoron. You know you need to be doing something different, but you won't do anything different. Wow, that's something. All right, so number one, I would focus on conversations. Conversations are the gatekeeper to closing, not just content. If you see people on social media, they are always trying to put the content on there. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with content. You need the content, but here's what happens. You put the content out, but you don't do anything with it. You don't start to have conversations with people on your social media channel. You don't DM them. You don't ask them questions. You don't answer their questions. Even if it's your friend that's making a comment on social media, post back to them, respond. Don't ignore them. And a lot of times I would be guilty. I would just put hearts and everything. But no, have the conversations. Conversations are the gatekeeper to closing. Conversations are the gatekeeper. And as a real estate agent, you gotta have the conversations. You gotta talk. You gotta talk to Dorothy Thomas. You gotta talk to Pauline Stewart. You have to talk to Working Mom. You have to talk to these people. If you don't talk to those people, you're not gonna have conversations. Conversations are the gatekeeper to your closing. So that's number one. Start talking to people. Don't be shy. Don't be like me. I was shy. So you got to have conversations. Number two, I would role play more. I would make that part of my business. Every day that I get up, I role play right now. Remember, I said 25 years, so I role play right now. I would role play. I would do my scripts. Yes, I would read my script every day, even if I only did it for 15 minutes. If I only did it for 15 minutes as a real estate agent, if I could rewind, I would start role playing from the day I got my license, even if it's just 15 minutes. And I don't mean just for phone prospecting. Let's say for buyer's consultation. Let's say listing presentation. Let's say whatever it is that you do role play, so it can be your guide. It can be where you can be a confidence. Okay. I would follow up. There is fortune in the follow-up. Now, one of the things I'm just sharing with you all, because maybe somebody's not doing it, but one of the things I was a master at. I was a master at following up, because I didn't have social media back then. So because I didn't have social media, I had to be a master at following up. I followed up on my CRM. For those who don't know what it is, it's a contact relation management. And here's the kicker. Even if you're not into real estate, if you take these nuggets, you'll ace your business, hands down. Whether you sell insurance, whether you sell watermelon, whether you sell mangoes, whether you sell, I started to say something crazy, but anyway, you sell whatever you want to sell. Okay, so that's, you sell it. Okay, but whatever you want to sell, if you do it, you will make money. Okay, so I would follow up, because we don't follow up. We go ahead and we touch people, but we don't follow up. We don't follow up. That's where the money is at. Number 4, I would throw this cliche in the garbage. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. I would not even fake it no more. I would not fake it. I would just be okay. I would stop trying to look successful before I was. And that's I understand. Don't get me wrong. I get it. No. I'm saying if I could turn back the hands of times, what I would do. Okay, that's what I would do. I would stop that fake it until you make it. I would not do it. No more faking it until you make it. Make it, and then keep it a secret. Make it in the business, and you don't have to let anybody know. So you don't have to fake it. You just be yourself. Okay. Here's one of the key things. There's 2 more things that I would do. But the key things, the 2 things that I would do, I would prospect every day. Every day. And I would phone prospect. And I would do it 4 hours per day. 4 hours per day. I would get up just like I'm going to the job, like I'm going to the man's job. I would prospect from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day. Every day, Monday through Friday. Every day. Did you hear me? Every day, I would do it 4 hours. 4 hours, I would do that. That's the biggest thing that I would do. The second, I've given you other things, but the second biggest thing I would do, I would track my numbers. I would know how many calls I need to make. I would know how many appointments that I needed to make. I would know how many closings I get. I would know how many deals I got in the pipeline. I would know my numbers. I would know what my budget is. I would know how much to save give Uncle Sam. I would know how much, what my expenses are. I would know what's going in, and I would know what's coming out, and I would know it in real time. See, I'm not saying I don't know it now, but I would know it off back to back to back. I would know it. So those are the 2 biggest things that I would do. I would phone prospect and I would know my numbers. The unfortunate thing about real estate is that real estate agents don't like to do real estate work. That's powerful. Real estate agents do not like to do real estate work. They like doing busy work. They don't like to do productive work. Let me say that again. They like doing busy work, but they don't like doing productive work. They don't like doing high-level money-making activities. They don't like it. There are some times when they don't even want to go and show the client the house. They would rather give the client the lockbox. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 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 Okay. Think about you. If you're real estate and you're looking at this right here, have you ever made a mistake in your first year that stuck with you? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I have. I know one of the biggest mistakes I made when I was in real estate in my first year. So I put one property, I put 2 contracts on a property. And the lady was fuming at me and she was going to write me up. I can't remember what it was, but she didn't write me up, but she was ready to fight that because she was in love with that house. So that was one of my biggest things. That was one of my biggest errors, is that I put 2 contracts on one property. My second biggest mistake that I remember is that there was a guy we were looking at. Back then we were doing a lot of new construction. And so we went out of town. I live in the South Florida. So we were driving to Jacksonville. That's where the new construction was. And my clients went with us, but so maybe some money, and they put money down on the property. And then I think maybe it was a year or so later, I got a letter from an attorney, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? The lady said she didn't know what was going on, and that we took her money. Now she had her money on the property, but she said she didn't know what was going on. So the attorney came after me. But we had an attorney back then, and I can see how some celebrities say, just go ahead and give them the money and leave it alone because it's not even worth me fighting for it. I'd rather give you some money. My attorney literally told me. So let me back up a minute. When she sent me the letter, I was fuming. I was hot because I said, she does know what I'm talking about. She knew because she was right there. So I went home. I was all mad that night. And then I said, okay, I'm going to write it all up. And I'm going to give this to the attorney the next day. I wrote the letter out. I wrote the letter step by step by step by step. And I wrote the whole scenario of what happened. So that morning I gave it to my lawyer. And then my lawyer said, let me tell you something. It's best, and I think she wanted $10,000 from me. The lawyer said it's best if you have it, give her the money, get it out your head, because Florida Real Estate Commission, they protect the public. I was mad. I was fuming, boy. I was mad as all outdoors because I didn't want to get my money and I wanted to fight to defend myself. But the attorney said, no, give it, let it go. So the person, she was desperate for money. So this is what I said. I said, okay, I'll give the money in installments, right? They said I could do that. But then they came back later. I ended up just giving $2,500 because she got desperate for money. So all I did was give her $2,500. So be careful on it. When you're in your first year, anything that could go wrong in real estate, it will go wrong. And most times you don't even know when it goes wrong. So those were my 2 biggest mistakes that I made back, during my first year of real estate. Okay. So I'm going to tell you some of the things I want you to focus on in year 1. And I'm breaking it down in 5 categories. When you get in real estate, let me tell you, you want to be in the business for the long haul. You don't want to, it's a rewarding career. You get an opportunity where you can help people. You get an opportunity where you could cha-ching, make money, cha-ching, 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 for real. So I'm going to say, get appointments. Your goal is to get appointments. Remember what Dr. Karen says, conversations are the gatekeeper to your closing. Today, we're talking about rewinding to your first year as a real estate agent. So somebody from 25 years, I'm going way back. And what I'm saying, that if I could turn back the hands of time, knowing what I know, and this was my first year, I would do it. And you have the opportunity, if you just getting your license, if you want to get your license, if you're about to get your license, or you're trying to figure it out, you have an opportunity to do what I'm telling you to do. I would focus on getting appointments. Get something that makes you money. Getting appointments helps make you money. You're talking to somebody. Conversations are your gatekeeper to closings. Okay. I would do the scripts. I would do my scripts. I would do scripts every day. I would do scripts every day. I would do scripts, even if it's 15 minutes. And we talked about that earlier. I would time block. See, most times it's not that we need, I want to stand up for a minute. It's not that we need more time, because we don't need more time. We need to stop letting people steal our time. We need to stop letting people become thieves of our time. All we need to do is just focus on it and take ownership of every hour that's in the day. Okay, you got to take your time back. And if you don't know how to take your time back in real estate, you're really going to be in trouble, because there's so much work that you have to do. And again, it's busy work. Busy work. Don't do busy work. Don't do busy work. Do productive work. Ask yourself the question: is it making me some money? Is it a high level activity? If it is not making you no money, put it aside. Don't do it during your prime time. Your prime time is whenever you got energy. So learn how to time block. If you don't know how to time block, I have a mini course on time block. I think it costs like $39. I didn't come on here to sell it, but I do have a course of the agent focus when it comes to time block. I have that available, and it is $39, okay? Also have coaching. We have coaching. If somebody wants coaching, we have it available for you, okay? And if you don't know how to do any of these things that Dr. Karen is talking about, all you have to do is just continue to follow me, message me, and I'll show you, I'll share with you, I'll give you this information here to help you succeed in the business. I want you to succeed. I know you can succeed, but you got to do some productive work and not busy work. You got to do productive work, okay? You got to do that. And at the end of the day, you gotta build this here. You gotta build this, because in any area in your life that you're wanting a change, or you wanting to go to the next level, you gotta change this. See, if you're not wherever you want to be, it's gonna start from these two things that's between your ear. You gotta figure out how to deal with your mindset. That's your biggest thing. You can't even get to your next level if you don't deal with this here. And you got to find things to deal with your mindset. You got to first train yourself on that. That's the biggest component right there. Before anything takes place, you got to build with your mindset, and you got to keep working on it. It doesn't stop. And here's the thing. You got to work on it day, the next day. You got to do it. You got to build your mindset. You got to pray. You got to do your affirmations. You got to do your confessions. You got to do your exercise. You got to take care of your body. Your health is your wealth, not your money. This is a busy business, and so you got to take care of it. Even if you just work out or do something 5 to 15 minutes, you got to take care of this here. This is your home. This is the real home. So I'm going to tell you my two biggest things. Me, I like phone prospecting. So I would get on the phones. I'm not afraid if somebody says no, because even if they say no, even if they reject you, it doesn't matter, because they're on the other side. They are on the other side. They can't do anything to you. And then even if they curse you out, you still gonna have the same spouse, so you better hope you love your spouse. You still gonna weigh the same thing, so you better hope you love your weight. You're still gonna do all those things. You're still gonna be the same when they hang up in your face. But you got a 50-50 chance of getting that listing signed, or building up your listing inventory. That's another thing. When you start, focus on getting listings. Focus on controlling the inventory. Focus on having a mini listing MLS, and they're all yours. So your goal should be to get 50. Have 50 always. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some prospecting. I say phone prospecting. And the other thing I said, know your numbers. Know your numbers. I mean, totally know your numbers in every area. Look at your bank account. Look at your bank account. Look at your credit card statements. Look at those things. If you don't do them daily, look at your credit report. Those are numbers, okay? You're in the business. You are the CEO of your business, okay? Know how many calls you have to make. Know how many appointments you have to make. Know how many listing presentations you've been on for the week. Know how many buyers consultations you've had for the month. Know how many closings. Know how much money you need to make to go over your expenses. Know what size purchase. Know the amount of the house that you want to sell. Know the numbers. So that's all I'm saying to you. You gotta know the numbers. If you don't know your numbers, see, one thing about numbers, and I know you all know, I know you know, numbers don't lie. And many times we are afraid to see our numbers because they scare us, because most times they are not where we want them to be. But that's how you have to face the music. That's how you have to know what you need to do and where you need to go. Face them. And the last thing that I have to say is that real estate is a marathon. You got to stay in it for the long haul. It's the long haul game. But when you're just starting real estate, or even if you've been in a while, let's say you've been in it 5 years and you're not where you need to be. You can't treat it like a marathon. You have to treat it like a sprint. You got to move fast. You got to 10x your business. You got to move fast. You can't go slow. You don't have time to go slow, because if you treat it like a marathon and you're not making the money, you're going to be ready to throw in the towel. So you cannot treat it like a marathon when you're not making the money you should be making. So that is it. I am Dr. Karen Lewis. I am the owner of Urban Real Estate School. I am a broker at Align Right Realty K1 Group. I'm located in the South Florida area, and we have close to 60 agents with us. And I'm also part of a coaching program. And if you can just share my videos, follow me, or if it's any information or anything that you want me to talk about, then I will. I'm almost like the preacher in real estate. I'm like the preacher, because I've been there. I've heard all the stories. I've heard them. I've heard all the stories, okay? But no matter what story I heard, is that if you're serious about the business, you can make it in the business. But you just got to execute. See, right now, you can hear me if you're listening to me. See, I'm the one that's executing right now. All you're doing is listening. So this is not money making for you at this time, okay? But if you take what I said and you run with it and you execute, that's when the real action comes in. See, I'm executing now, but if you take what I said and you start execute, that's where you come in at. And most times we get the information, but we don't execute. So again, I'm Dr. Karen. And like I said, I also have a course that I just put out. It's the Focus Agent to help you with your time block. It's a mini course. It is online. It's $39. And you'll be finished in a few days, but I think it's a powerful course if you're interested in showing how to take control of your time block. And with that being said, I am going to sign off. As always, I appreciate you all for coming, listening to me, passing by, scrolling by, sharing my video, following my video. I appreciate it, and I don't take it lightly. and just continue to follow me. I'm going to continue to drop nuggets like it's hot so you can succeed in this business here. You can take it, you can run with it, and you can make six figures. A lot of agents say they want to make six figures. It is doable. You can do that. I did it. I didn't do it in my first year, but I did it in all my other years that I was a real estate agent full time. With that being said, I am going to sign off. Thank you. Much love to you all, and thank you for coming on listening to Dr. Karen.